Hi everyone, and thanks so much again for stopping by my channel today. So I know that my posting has been a bit sporadic lately. I had a work conference last week and that kind of threw off my entire filming, recording, and editing schedule a bit. So I just wanted to do this little vlog just to get everybody back up to speed on what I've been up to. And I also wanted to do a little mini haul because I've never done a haul before and I just so happened to run to Michael's today. And then I'll give you a little preview of some upcoming projects. But before I get into all that, I really just wanted to quickly talk about my trip to Disneyland. My work conference was at the Anaheim Convention Center, which obviously is right next door to Disneyland. And because it was such a big convention, I got discounted tickets. And so one of my friends, who also just so happens to be my boyfriend's cousin, lives out in California, and she was kind enough to come along with me. So this was really exciting for me because I hadn't been to Disney in 11 years. The last time I went to Disney World in Florida, and I had gone for a band trip. And I'd also never been to Disneyland. I've only been to Disney World, and I also went there one other time when I was in middle school, I think. I was like 9, 10, 11, somewhere along those lines. But it was amazing. I was kind of worried that I would go there and just being a little older, it wouldn't be as magical as it was when I was younger. But it's just as magical, and I'm really glad that I went with somebody who is just as into Disney as I am, because sometimes when you go with certain people who don't like Disney and who aren't into those sort of things, it can kind of be a buzzkill. But we are very much on the same level when it comes to Disney. So like we would get excited when we would see Mickey and Minnie, and you just walk into the park and I'm just like looking all over the place because it had just been so long since I'd been there, and she just went along with it and shared in my excitement. So it was great. We managed to get on almost every ride that we wanted to. There were a couple that we missed that I'm a little bummed about. Because like I said, I was only there for one day. We did not get to go on the Radiator Springs Racers, and I wanted to go on that because it was very similar to Test Track at Disney World, which is one of my favorite rides of all time. But the line was 2 hours. Since the second we walked into the park around 11:30 that morning to right before the parade started, it was a 2-hour wait. The second ride that we didn't get to go on was Soaring Around the World, and I'm still a little disappointed that we didn't get to get on there because the last time I was at Disney 11 years ago, I really wanted to get on Soaring, and the line was just so long the entire day, and I missed the opportunity to get a fast pass. And it was basically the same story for this round. The line was 2 hours plus all day. Even though it was a weekday in the middle of February, it was still a massive line. And so at one point we were considering just getting in line, but by then it was about 6:45 and we had fast passes for Space Mountain for 7:30, I think. And then we wanted to get onto Star Tours right after that before we went and found our spots for the parade. And I just asked Kelsey straight up, I'm just like, is this line worth a 2-hour wait? And she said, I would much rather wait in line for 2 hours for Star Tours than wait in line for 2 hours for this ride. And not that ride wasn't fun, but it's just, I don't know, her and I both couldn't really see why it was worth a 2-hour wait. And maybe I just don't know because I've never been on it. But whatever. I mean, I'm happy that we got on Space Mountain. I would have been really disappointed if we didn't get on there. And I'm really happy we got on Star Tours. Again, I would have been really disappointed if we didn't get on Star Tours. So I think in the end we made the right decision. They had a big handful of rides that were closed because it was right up against the area where that new Star Wars land is being built. So the Matterhorn was closed, and I was really bummed about that because that's like a Disneyland exclusive ride. Like they don't have one at Disney World, and I was really hoping I'd be able to ride that. What else was closed? Pirates of the Caribbean was closed, and anybody who knows me knows that Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite movie of all time, and hence one of my favorite Disney rides. So again, I was really, really bummed, but it is what it is. Mickey's Wonder Wheel was closed, the big Ferris wheel at California Adventure. And I was kind of sad about that because I've seen like how the cars like slide and move instead of like just going around like a normal Ferris wheel. And I was looking forward to experiencing that, but I guess it was they were doing maintenance on it or something. So that kind of stunk. And The Grizzly River Rapids was also closed, but that to me wasn't that big of a deal because it was kind of cold out anyway, and I had made the mistake of going on Splash Mountain, and I already got a little wet anyhow, so yeah, that wasn't the end of the world that we didn't get on that. But all in all, it was a wonderful day. It was so much fun, and since I'm going to be going to that conference again next year, I think what I'll do is I will go maybe 2 days earlier instead of just 1 day earlier, and I'll probably just stay at an Airbnb in Anaheim somewhere, and maybe bring my boyfriend, maybe meet up with some of my friends again, and spend 2 days at Disneyland instead of 1. So I can't wait to go back, and I'm just eagerly counting down the days until next March. And of course, it wouldn't be a good Disney recap if I didn't show you guys my souvenirs. I just had to get a pair of Mickey ears, and I found these Nightmare Before Christmas Mickey ears, and I was just over the moon when I found them, because I found similar ones like this outside the Haunted Mansion, but they were like the Minnie Mouse headbands. They weren't like the actual Mickey ears. So, and I actually found this in a store in Disney's California Adventure, and I was so excited. And I had my name on the back of them. I don't know if you can see it very well from there, but I didn't get like the traditional Disney script. You can get a couple different fonts now, which is really cool. Because the last time I went, you could only have, I think, yellow, red, not even red. I think you can only have like yellow, white, maybe black, and that was it. And you can only get it in the one font. But now they have like 3 different fonts and like I think 8 different colors. And they basically have a pair of Mickey ears for virtually every character. So I was super excited to get these, and I was wearing them for the rest of the day. So yeah, those are my Mickey ears. And then I don't know if you guys can already kind of tell from over there, but I got this fabulous mug from the Haunted Mansion. I was debating between this one, and there was another mug that was more of like a normal looking mug that it was purple, and it had like the Haunted Mansion wallpaper on it. And it was really cute, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted something that was more like hardcore Disney, so I got this one that has like the nice little Haunted Mansion emblem and this really cool handle. It looks like one of the candlesticks in the stretching room. As you can tell, I'm obsessed with this ride. So yeah, that's I got those 2 things. Okay, so that about wraps up my little brief Disneyland story. And so now I just want to kind of touch base on what I'm up to now. I've been working a little bit more in digital drawing, as you saw from my last video. And the reason why that one took so long to upload was because I was experimenting with Microsoft Expression Encoder as my screen capture. And the reason why I tried using that instead of the Xbox app was because it shows your mouse on the screen and the Xbox app doesn't. And I had seen a lot of really good things about it online, but I don't know what I did. I don't know if I did something wrong or set up something wrong, or I don't know. But the file sizes were enormous, and I had to convert all my footage to make it even remotely workable within Adobe Premiere, and it took me 5 days to convert all of my footage from this weird from this weird Microsoft footage back to YouTube quality videos. It made no sense to me. I have no idea why I did that. So I think from here on out, I'm just going to stick to the Xbox screen recorder. It works fine. Like I said, the only problem it has is that it doesn't record your mouse, and even that's really not the end of the world. I'm not doing like specific tutorials or anything like that. I'm just using it for time lapses at this point. But if I do end up creating tutorials in the future, I'll have to look into either a different software or troubleshoot around Microsoft Expression Encoder. So as you saw on my Instagram, I am working on a humanized version of Majora's Mask. I've been taking my time on this one. I haven't worked on her in a couple days, but I am really excited to be working on it. It's been one of my favorite projects thus far, and I just kind of want to take it slow because I really just want to make sure that she looks good and ends up being a really, really cool piece. So there's what she looks like right now, and maybe in another week or so she'll look very, very different. Okay, on top of that, I have a couple more projects coming up, which leads into my little mini Michaels haul, I guess. Like I said, I've never done one of these little hauls before, so bear with me if I'm not doing this right. Okay, so first things first, I got two of these bottles of chalk paint. I have some pink here and I also have some white. And for this project I'm working on, I also ordered gold paint and some sealer online, and that should be coming on Saturday. I'm not positive if this project is supposed to be a surprise or not, so I am not going to go any further into it than the fact that I need chalk paint for it. But I will be recording that and making a video of it, and so that will be up very, very soon. So there's my chalk paint. I got the Martha Stewart brand for the pink, and then I got Folk Art for the white. And by the way, if you need chalk paint, I don't remember when this deal expires, but right now the Folk Art chalk paint is buy one get one free, and that is as of March 2nd, 2017. And I think that deal ends tomorrow, but I'm not positive. But either way, I will let you know. And then the second thing is these little sparkly jewels here. Got one of these packets of jewels. Again, this project is definitely a surprise, so I'm not going to go any further into it than just saying that I need some jewels for it. I honestly wish that I found these jewels like a year ago when I was doing my shoe projects, because before that I was using like the genuine, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Swarovski crystals, and those are really, really nice, but they are so expensive. And this big thing of crystals only costs $10. So this one's definitely gonna last me for a little while. But yeah, you guys will see that in a project coming up very, very soon. And these last couple of things, these are just for myself, no particular project for them. Watercolor is something I've been really struggling with my entire art career, I guess. So I just thought I'd just buy this just to kind of play around, experiment with watercolor, and just kind of see what happens with it. And this was $10 for a packet of 12 sheets. And finally, I purchased this 11x14 pad of mixed media paper from Strathmore. Strathmore has always been my go-to brand of paper from college until now. It's the best quality, and it works really well with most materials that I need to use it with. So I was debating between buying another small pad. I think I have it's like a 4x5 inch pad, or just getting a big 8.5x11 one. And I figured, you know what, I just want to get the larger one so I can just have a large space, just kind of sketch and practice with my markers rather than be confined to a small space. So yeah, I'm hoping to use this to practice with my markers in the very near future. And of course, as it is with all hauls, I'm going to tell you guys how much all of this cost me. So the box sequence was $9.99. The pink chalk paint was $10.99. The white chalk paint was $7.99. The mixed media pad was $12.99. Or sorry, the watercolor pad was $12.99. The mixed media pad was $27.99. And I used my 40% off one item. And I thought that they used to give it to you on the lowest price item. I think everything else just so happened to be on sale, so I got 40% off my mixed media pad. So that was really nice, and so that brought that price down to $16.79, which brought my total down to $64.77. So that's not bad, considering that usually my Michaels runs run up a bit higher than that. But I've been using a bit more restraint when it comes to how much materials I buy and what I need and everything else. Because as I mentioned in my first video, I know I already have a lot of stuff, and I don't want to overload myself if I already have the things that I need. And just one last thing that I wanted to share that I'm really, really excited about. It's not art related, but again, I just wanted to share it. I have signed up for a 5K. I signed up for the Race to Wrigley 5K, so go Cubs. And yeah, the last time I did a 5K, the only 5K I ever did was Run for Your Lives, and it was like a zombie-infested obstacle course kind of 5K. And it was cool, it was a lot of fun, but unfortunately that company has gone away. And I figured that it's a lot easier for me to work out or train if I have an end goal or an end event in mind. So I've been really trying to get back into running, and I figured that signing up for a 5K was the perfect way to do it. And it's like I said in my first vlog, my health and fitness is really taking a big priority this year, like a more of a high priority than I think it ever has. And I'm just really happy with myself that I've been able to mostly keep up with my eating and keep up with my exercising. I think the most I've gone without exercise since October has been maybe 3 days, whereas before that I would work out for like 2 months and then just not work out for a month and then pick myself up and do it again. But now I'm being a lot more consistent and starting to see some results. So yeah, that's some good news right there. Okay, so I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. And again, I'm sorry that my posting has been a little bit sporadic, but thank you again to all 22 of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new to my channel, once again, welcome and thanks so much for stopping by. And I really hope that you'll subscribe. I post videos at least once a week, and after this, it's going to be more art videos rather than just me sitting around and talking. So you have that to look forward to. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in